What's good, fam? Welcome to Subs Over Dubs podcast, episode 3. Today we'll be talking about that Naruto announcement, get our reaction to that, and talk about a little of the things we did today. We went to a otaku food festival and got some interesting takes, to say the least. I'll play a few snippets of that in there, but that'll be a separate video. We'll link in the description. And talk about some animes episodes that recently aired. So, without further ado, my name is Vision. Here, my co-host Rebel. Let's get straight into this video, man. So, we talked about this last pod. Naruto has an announcement. Most of you guys have seen it. If you're not, you'll be watching it with us right now. And yeah, let's see what's popping up. That was a pretty dope little video. So essentially, guys, what's going to end up happening is it looks like they're going to let the people vote on a singular character, and what's going to end up happening by the end of the year, I believe, Kishimoto ended his Naruto manga 15 years after serialization in Weekly Shonen Jump in November 2014. He then wrote the one-volume sequel manga, Naruto the Seventh Hokage and the Scarlet Spring. Kishimoto also worked on the script and character designs and served as chief production supervisor of the Boruto movie sequel. So what's going to end up happening is he's going to let the fans pick a character, and it looks like we're going to get some new content. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be in manga form. I don't think this gets animated because it's probably just some background information or just some extra content, but we'll see. You never know. But sad to say, not getting that retcon. We're not going back. The Infinite Tsukuyomi definitely ended, unfortunately. Fuck. But yeah, it's okay, acceptable, but definitely
new content is new content. You know, we talked about it, but like I said, I'm still a little bummed that we got ahead of ourselves and we created these like outlandish expectations, and I was hoping for a retcon or a reanimation, but you know, like I said last time we were talking about it, is new content, and I'm gonna enjoy it. But just that little like that clip, man, I'm like, it made me want to re-enter the world all over again and watch it all over. So
I watched some scenes. I don't know about going through the journey again. That's a little bit much. Yeah.
Do you really watch anime if you don't go through the journey all over again?
You don't want to start name dropping animes we watch. You're gonna look real bad. I'm definitely curious to see what people are gonna vote on. I think it's definitely high chance. This is my prediction. It's probably gonna go to Neji. Or was it Asuna?
Asuma Sensei.
Asuma
Sensei, yeah.
I think one of those two characters, or Jiraiya.
I
think someone, or here is the dark horse, Pain, but not Pain. What's his name? Nagato. Wait, is that the one that has not Pain himself? Does that make sense? Is
Yeah.
Nagato the one that's in the
Nagato's
Witcher?
the one that got Madara's eyes, the Rinnegan.
Not him. The other one. I don't remember his name.
Oh, the
The-
actual like yellow haired,
Yes,
the orange haired
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
the one who was before that.
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think one of those. I feel like it's definitely gonna be a character that died off that gets voted for popularity, in my opinion.
That makes sense, like Jiraiya or Neji. I do see that.
I feel like Neji's probably some people feel like he.
Or we can get some like insight on some other background characters. Like I want to see more of Shisui,
Is that the
the body flicker, the one who Danzo killed him, but because of his eyes. Me and
Oh,
so that would
yeah.
be pretty cool. Or like something on Itachi.
yeah, that
or,
would be that'd be pretty dope actually.
Or even stuff on like the first two Hokage. You know, they came back and you talked a little bit, but you don't really know about.
We know enough though. We know a lot more than I feel.
But like,
some of
how did Hashirama die? Like, there's a lot of like conflicting
the-
stories.
died
on
of
it.
old age, man.
How?
No,
bro?
I'm just playing.
That's what I'm
I have
saying,
no
like,
idea. I'm
But
just
that's just like the manga could free up and ask a lot of questions about a lot of characters that we've been wanting to.
So,
answer.
but put your money on it. Who do you feel like give like a top three? If you had to guess, because
Okay,
remember,
because there's three who I want it to be, and there's three who it's probably gonna be.
let's go with who you probably think is gonna be. Because I got people I wanted to be, but I just know that's not realistic.
It's probably gonna be something like Sasuke or Sakura or Kakashi.
Sakura, she's like renownedly hated by everyone in the
It
Naruto
don't
community.
matter. It's probably gonna happen. Like, I'm not setting my expectations high anymore because I will be disappointed. So I think it's gonna be one of Team 7. I think that's what it's gonna be. What I want it
There's
to
no
be,
chance.
What I want it to be is.
The whole show's on two of the Team 7, essentially. And no one cares about
Would
the
you
third
really
one.
be surprised though? How
I
many
would,
times you've been let
I would
down?
be massively surprised if everyone voted for Sakura. I'd be pretty pissed off, but I would be very surprised. No one likes her.
Okay, let's say Naruto, Sasuke, or Kakashi.
I don't think it's gonna be
we're gonna
Naruto.
get
The
a-
whole the damn series is about Naruto. Like,
But if
what
it's
else
a
can you-
voting system,
I have a heavy feeling they're gonna vote for someone not Naruto. Maybe Sasuke. I will give you maybe Sasuke, but Sasuke's still alive. Naruto's still alive. You can still add content about them.
so you
That's
wanna-
why I feel like
so
it's
you think
gonna be.
backstories of.
I
someone
feel
who
like
already-
it's gonna be about someone either we didn't know much information about, or someone who got killed off because of plot or whatever.
I'd be cool with
Neji
that.
is gonna be. I think a lot of people like Neji and they're kind of mad he had to die for whatever reason. But
He really had to. I don't know why it happened, but no, yeah, I want it to be either Neji, Jiraiya, or Shisui would be really cool.
that
or
would be a dope
a little
one.
bit more on Itachi, because if you think about it, I think they said no matter how like he was really feared, he was this great ninja, but he really only ended up being in like 37 episodes or something out of the 700. So getting a little bit more on him would be cool. I know they closed the book on him, but even some more backstory,
just
or yeah,
some more
even more
content.
content of him and Shisui like when they were younger. I'm cool with all that kind of stuff, and that's what I'm kind of.
Nah, that'd be
looking
some.
forward
That
to.
would definitely be some fire content for sure. I think, again, I think it's definitely gonna be someone that didn't get as much screen time, in my opinion.
That's
But
fair.
we'll find out at the end of the year. And
Yes, sir.
you know,
I'll be definitely
or-
voting.
will you though?
Yeah, bro. Why wouldn't I?
You don't read manga.
It don't matter, bro. It's Naruto. Naruto's the one and only manga I ever read.
All right, man. I'm gonna ask you who you voted for. Who you gonna vote for?
Probably Jiraiya,
Okay, respectable.
because that one would have more of a chance of winning than if I voted for like Shisui.
I think you'd be surprised. I think a lot of people would want to know
More info on that.
exactly.
Yeah, it depends. Maybe
And
I'll try
I
to-
don't know.
Maybe I'll try to vote multiple times on multiple devices with different IP addresses. Who knows?
Damn. You trying to break
It's
the system,
serious
guys.
for me.
Stop the count. Yeah, I think I want to say all the characters are available to be picked, but yeah, I think
We're gonna check that out and get back with you guys, because
we'll find out.
definitely
He's
start
gonna
voting.
vote, so he'll be able to tell us next pod.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, guys, that's the announcement for Naruto. Sorry that well, I knew it wasn't gonna be a game because I don't think you need this type of announcement for a game, but it's a little bit less than what we wanted, but better
More than our
than
expectations.
what it could have been.
I'll take that.
People were saying it was like, don't get too excited. I think this is pretty cool still. Like, even though it's probably not gonna get animated, I think it's still dope that we could potentially get new information, new manga, new material for a character. Like I said, it can be anybody.
That
It's
that-
up to the
for
people.
a show that ended years ago. So
Yeah, so make sure y'all go and vote. Neji, I can't even say his name. What's it again?
What you mean, his last name?
No, Swishy.
Oh, Shisui.
Shui. It's been a while.
Sorry. you don't
Those
speak English.
that'll be both some dope characters to gotta get some more information.
Yeah, Neji would be cool. That one really pissed me off.
Or like, I mean, we do know about Jiraiya, but like seeing him more
like
in his upbringing.
Prime
Yeah,
Jiraiya
Prime
would be
Jiraiya.
cool.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be some dope material. But yeah, guys, let us know who you'd vote for, and let us know your disappointment or if you're happy about the news we received thus far. But going forward today, we'll hit up a little anime otaku food festival. Pretty cool. We're gonna have a little bit of. I'm gonna make a small video compilation of everything that kind of went on. We did some street style interviews for the first time. The first one was a little rocky, but we kind of got better and better in how we wanted to approach things. But man, got some very, very, guys, this is off top. We don't do anything, nothing's for, and everything was on the spot. And we got some crazy hot takes.
Got some outlandish things said.
Outlandish. And surprise to me, I think probably we'll get a little ticker. I'll try to get a ticker for it. I want to say about 3 people said Attack on Titan is overrated.
They did.
And I was like,
I was
just
laughing,
like,
bro.
oh,
To me, that was pretty funny.
whoa.
Because it's one of those things that, like, it is such a hyped up show. And, like, for me, I watched the first season.
Oh man, it's hype for a reason though.
Well, no. Like,
okay.
it's a show that's obviously has a lot of hype. I watched the first season. Haven't gotten to finishing the whole series. But as a general rule, it is a like show. Like, there's not many people saying that Attack on Titan is a bad show. Like, for me, obviously the reason why it was tough for me to finish was because season 2 was a lot of information based, opposed to like 1, 3, and 4. So it was a little bit tougher for me to watch. But
yeah, pace slow down.
I'm like the only person that was like, oh, it wasn't bad, I just didn't finish it. But I don't hear anything negative. So when we're going around talking to people and they're like, Attack on Titan, I'm like, hey, yo.
And here, guys, I'll just give you some background on the questions asked. We asked what was their favorite anime and what's an anime that other people like, and basically unpopular opinion that they think is overrated. So a lot of people said Attack on Titan, which was crazy to me. I was like, what? But, you know, this is a good thing about hearing other people's opinion and doing these type of things, getting into the nitty gritty with the crowd and getting down with the people and hearing what they got to say. But I don't know. Some of these people are tripping, in my opinion.
Yeah, there was one, I think they said Chainsaw Man was overrated. What do you think about that one?
So, but here's his take, though. He's a manga reader, so what he appreciated from the manga versus what we got in animation is probably a drop off. I think he said he didn't like the quality and style. I want to say that's what he said. We'll have to look at the video footage, but I could see some points because I know a lot of times when it comes to manga, hearing this from my brothers, a lot of it doesn't get translated properly, or what you seen in the manga panels didn't carry over in the same light that you wanted to. But it's kind of hard sometimes because one, manga is typically black and white, so the way you can draw things is a lot different versus when you add color. It can be better and sometimes, but sometimes it can be better in, you know, the black and white. So I can kind of get, but I don't know if we can go as far as like overrated because of that.
My problem is like, and this is how I personally feel about manga readers. I feel like they're like Harry Potter fans. Like they could make a dope Harry Potter movie and they're like, yeah, but the book was, and I'm like, bro, just appreciate the art that's in front of you for what it is. I understand you take source material from something else, you make it into something that's slightly different, but I'm like, that I've always thought about like manga readers like that. They're so like picky, and I'm like, I get it. I understand that you want these panels, you want these things to be like what you envision in your mind, but like that's why reading is different from watching a movie. When you read something in your mind, you're creating your own version of it.
Yeah, you
versus someone
build
else's
a mental
version.
image.
Exactly. So, you know, to me, I'm like, manga readers always just remind me of Harry Potter, because I'll be like, oh man, Harry Potter 2 was great, and there's always someone that's like, no, it wasn't. That it wasn't even half the source material and this, and I'm like, but just appreciate
This for
what it is. Yeah, what we were able to get out of it, because a lot of times there are a bunch of manga that don't get animated at all. So to me, if there's something that I love, even if it's not 100%, I would at least be appreciative of the fact that it gained enough traction to get animated. Because and it's like when you have a comic book and a movie, you don't want it to be the exact same, because then it's like there's no
I would disagree.
no surprise, I guess you could say.
I would disagree. I mean, it's not really a surprise. Most people who read comics or read manga, the reason why they watch anime is because it's animated. It comes to life in a sense. So even though you may know, oh, this is gonna happen, oh, I get to see it unfold.
See it is different.
So that's why. But again, like, so any of you guys reading the manga, let us know. Let us know if there's a huge drop off that we don't know about, because we don't read. This is a anime only like review in all aspects. We literally only watch the anime in all the different formats. But dubbed, reading, like I said, I mentioned this in the past pod. I've read, if you want to call it reading, a webtoon of Tower of God, because that's the only one that I really wanted to know about. Didn't want to wait, and shout out to it coming out next year. But reading is not my thing, and I rather see things animated versus knowing is dope. Like when I did Tower of God, I was like, oh man, this story is really good, but I'm like, I can't wait till I watch it. So I'd rather consume content, anime in animated form versus reading the manga.
I'm the same way, and that's why like for me in that aspect, Naruto they were right smack in the middle of the Fourth Great Ninja War, and I was like, I need to know what happens. But all of those things that I did see was like crazy, but it didn't really hit me emotionally, or didn't like strike a tune with me until it was animated. So in that aspect, I was like, you know what, there's just no point in me watching the manga anymore, because you can get disappointed. You have to wait so long. You already know what happens. So it's like, that's why I'm like an anime only watcher, because I'm like, there's no point in it, if all these other things come into play. And I'd rather just wait it out. And that's why I think it's easier for me to like differentiate if the manga and the anime are different, because I'm like, well, we got animated, like we're good with that. Yeah,
one format only over here, guys.
Yes, sir.
Animated all day. So yeah, again, guys, let us know in the comments. He might be onto something. But I'll say this, for Chainsaw Man, as we received it, it's fairly good. I enjoy, everything that's given to us thus far. Like, the only thing I do not appreciate as much is, and he kind of mentioned this, is the CGI when he goes into the chainsaw form. Other than that, it's still tolerable, but everything else is great. I like I don't know necessarily the art style, but the animation's a little bit different compared to some other shows, in my opinion. So I don't know. It's like they kind of skip frames sometimes, but in a good way. It looks a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little. The way that I can explain it in my mind as I was watching the latest episode was like almost boxy. Like it almost reminded me of like Berserk.
Okay.
But like better.
Okay.
Because Berserk was like,
sheesh.
It was boxy because of like, to me it felt like the budget, but they did it with an intention of doing it. So then like their movements are a little bit different, which. If you do it intentionally, it's stiff, but it looked good for, I guess, the way that.
Yeah. Like I said, I like the way. So, and it's weird. You can't really talk about how things moves as much as just literally how they're drawn and what is drawn. So maybe it's just more gore or something. Again, guys, let us know if you're a reader. Let us know what we're missing when it comes to Chainsaw Man. But yeah, some crazy takes today, man, all around. I mean, what else? Sword Art Online.
Yeah, that was wild.
I was like,
even the first
overrated.
Yeah, first season, you gotta always hand it for the first season. Like season 2, season 3. Okay,
yeah,
if you have an opinion. We can debate, but that first season, man, it's classic.
First season was tough. They kind of overplayed it because like, oh, how can they die now type thing. But then you get into Alicization. That first season in the War of the Underworld, tough. Both are really good. So this is the good part about having these type of street interviews, because it gives us things to talk about, but we also get to see how different other people think, and
their mindset is
different. That might be the wrong word to use, and they might.
It's tough because like there's like a majority always in everything we do, but for me, a lot of times I'm like, I always think maybe I'm in the minority for this, or maybe I'm in the minority. But then you start talking to other people, and you're like, oh, no,
man,
you're in the minority.
I'm
That's
good.
you. Yeah, I'm good. I'm straight chilling right now. So,
yeah, because I was just like, man. And then the guy, I don't know who it was. I forgot. Someone said ReZero.
yeah, that one hurt me a little bit. I had to walk away from the interview for that. I didn't appreciate that. I looked straight at you, too. I was like, you're going to be disappointed for sure.
Bro, I'm holding the camera.
Season 1 alone was just like, Season 1 alone is better than half of the new anime that are out now. You know, like, it's such a great storyline. It's something different. Obviously, it's an isekai, but to me, it's in its own separate category.
There's not many animes that show different mental states properly like that show does. Like,
Yeah, for
if
sure.
you were going through it, you'd probably go through some of the same things, and I'm not gonna give any more details than that. If you guys have not watched ReZero,
It's on the list.
watch it, please. It's a great
It
series.
is on the list.
Watch the director's cut. They have it on Crunchyroll. I don't know if they have the director's cut on the other platforms, but basically, director's cut makes it 45-minute episodes. Just chop it up. You can't watch it all at once. But towards the end of the series, they add a few details, and they also clean some things up. There's animations a little bit better on certain scenes. So overall, it's just the best experience. But yeah, man, watch that and let us know if you're able to kill it super fast in the comments what you think of it. Because when I heard that, I was like, there's a lot of animes you could have said is overrated.
Yeah, that one
People
is not
don't
one of
even
them.
like. I don't even think it gets the credit.
Yeah, it's more
It's,
underrated. That's
it's
what we're talking about
underrated.
on the way home. It's more underrated than anything. So that was really interesting. But the ReZero, the one that we watched back in the day when you introduced me, were we watching the director's cut or just the regular?
I don't think you watched the director's cut.
might have
I
to go
watched it.
back.
I watched it back.
I might have to watch it back.
It's not that much different. There's only a few scenes. It's mainly the last episode. You see some extra footage that's actually very pivotal to going into the next season. Excuse me. Oh, I'm burping. But yeah, takes is crazy. Hot takes is crazy, dog.
Interesting.
Please,
I'll check it
I'm
out.
gonna link it. I'm gonna link it in the description. Check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna make a YouTube short video or a TikTok, if you may, or a shorter YouTube video in general. We'll see how much content I can kind of clip in together. But man, some of the things people are saying were very outlandish. Like, no chill. We got a whole nother anime told to us. What was it called again?
Robotech.
The man literally questioned if Rebel
He questioned
knew does he watch anime, and
He
I was
questioned my
just,
authenticity.
listen.
bro.
I watch anime. Am I the anime watcher? Amongst friends, yes. There's not many. Maybe one of my brothers can say they watch. Like, if we put a list and named all the things we watch, they could probably say they watch more. But on average, most of the people I'm around, they have not watched consumed as much anime. But when he mentioned that, I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. I see, and what's crazy is like I like to think of myself as, I'm not like, to your point, I watch anime, but if I haven't watched it, I've at least heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched, I think, and I actually have an anime list on my phone that I just jot down every anime that I've watched or finished, and I'm like in like between 40 and 50. So it's like I'm not like 5-10 animes in.
You're above
but
average.
I'm above
easily.
average, and then for him to be like, do you even watch anime? I'm like, bro, you ain't know what I've been through, bro. I've seen One Piece 3 times, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
One Piece 3 times. Got to.
That's why he'll always defend it. He spent way too much time. He's got too much time invested.
Hey, I can never back down, man. Like I say in every podcast, the One Piece is real.
Listen, I'll say this right now. I'll let you know this. You didn't know this before. I am going to do one thing that's One Piece related.
Okay.
Whenever I get my next Frenchie, I'm going to name him Ace.
Okay. I like that.
Ace is a dope name, and I'll pay homage to Mid-Piece for it too. But
you're outlandish. Now you're the one saying outlandish things now.
he's the only saving grace for that series, man.
No, that's wrong. He is great. He is pivotal. He is someone that, like, I'm really upset that had to turn out the way that it did for Luffy's character development. But nah, bro. You got, like, the thing about One Piece is, like, you have so many, like, background and side characters that get you so invested that in itself makes a story. Like they can make a whole episode about a random character, and they just the way that it's written, you're just like, you start to think they're the main character for a little bit. Like a spoiler for people who haven't watched One Piece, but when Luffy was trapped and impaled down, and then like he had an enemy, Bon Clay, ended up being his friend, then ends up sacrificing him. So you're just like, you take a character that we hated, and now you're like crying because he's gone, bro. He was riding for his dog, bro, and that's the kind of writing that it has, and it's, man, like, I don't know, you just,
Hey, man,
you gotta be there, man. You gotta watch One Piece with an open mind.
I understand why those people said overrated anime and they picked One Piece.
One person said
Two,
that. One
at least.
We're gonna run the clip back.
I know, because one of them I know. So
he said one of them I know personally.
So, yeah, man, guys, and we're gonna look forward to getting more stuff, more content like this that we're talking about. We're definitely gonna be in the streets more. Try to get on some college campuses, hopefully, and get some more just hear straight from the people, man. Because, man, like I said, you get some crazy answers, bro.
It's definitely entertaining to say the least.
We did got some OGs come through. Someone mentioned Cowboy Bebop as their favorite.
A couple people.
You don't hear that often because back then, that was kind of during my kid years, anime wasn't really popular. It wasn't the cool thing. It isn't nearly as trendy. Like, you see people rocking anime shirts everywhere.
We used to get jumped for this.
Back then, you watch anime. I remember watching Naruto. Girls like, what is this? Looked at me crazy. I'm like, you don't know what I've been through.
Now they all cosplaying the same thing.
Now it's hot. They
Wild.
know who Naruto is now, but back then they
Believe
didn't
it.
know me. Now I'm hot, all on me. But yeah, man, we really enjoyed hearing these random people. A lot of people said, was it the new soccer anime?
Blue Lock.
Blue Lock.
They like
There's
Blue
like
Lock.
2 people said that's their favorite anime already. I was like,
And I'm like, we're like 11 episodes in.
it sounds like one. I don't even think the series. I haven't watched it yet, guys, but I'll get to it eventually. I was like, one, the series hasn't ended, and I was like, but again, this is the beauty of just having the conversation because everyone's take on things are different.
Yeah, and it could be like where they're actually at. Like some people might be like, I don't like anime, but I'm giving it a try, and they only like sports. So
It
to
just
them,
connects the
in
dots.
that realm,
Yeah.
that's what they like. So it, like you said, it's interesting to see people's mindset because you would think you're in the majority, or you might be like, hey, I like Chainsaw, I'm in the minority, or whatever the case may be, and you're like, no, you're in the minority. I ain't even heard of that anime before. Or, you're surprised at what people's answers are. But yeah, I wasn't surprised at Blue Lock, but I think Blue Lock is one of those animes that is still fairly new. I'm surprised, but I feel like can catch up to the hype like eventually. I do have a lot of friends like at work, they talk about Blue Lock. So apparently, and from what I'm seeing and hearing,
It's good.
it's good, but can it be like the best anime right now? Absolutely not. In my opinion.
Well, I don't think we asked what the best was.
Well, their favorite.
Their favorite.
It's
So yeah, I mean that
This is my mindset though. It's like, how can an anime that is, I guess you can say, a real life thing be your favorite? Like, if you're like, oh yeah, Kuroko no Basket is my favorite. It's basketball. I'm like, but it's just basketball. Like, in that aspect, if it's that or NBA, I want to watch the NBA. For me, like, great animes have to be, or at least in my opinion, have to be like sci-fi, I guess. Like,
fiction
outside,
non-fiction.
like non-fiction. Like, it can't happen in our real world. So I'm like, that's why it's never made sense for me to, like, in my mind, for people to watch sports animes, because I'm like, I could just watch the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's like, what's the word? Like, is it embellished? Like, where it's just like, it's over the top, I guess you could say. So if they're if they're playing volleyball, instead of like hitting it, they're like, and then the inner, like, I get that, and that's probably what they're looking for. But I'm like,
they're trying too hard.
Yeah, like, I have friends that are like, watch Kuroko no Basket, you'd like it. I'm like, I'd rather just watch the NBA. Like, I know it's rigged, but I'd still rather watch the NBA.
Oh God, here we go. Let's keep it moving.
Keep it anime related.
Yeah. What'd you feel? I think we touched on this a little bit earlier, but what did you feel like when the guy said overrated was My Hero?
I was a little,
He was hurt.
like, not hurt, but like, I can understand where people come from. But if people actually watch My Hero, you would see that it's an underrated anime.
I wouldn't say it's underrated.
It's
It's right where it
underrated.
needs to be.
You think so? I don't think
100%.
so, man. It's
It
really good. Like, it's one of those things where I had gotten to the point where I was kind of tired of My Hero. So when season 5 came out, I didn't even watch it. I was kind of just burnt out. I was like, you know, the heroes, blah, 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 whatever. And then when we started talking about the podcast, you know, we are trying to make moves on it. I was like, you know what? Well, obviously you have to stay current. So I started watching season 5 when season 6 just dropped. So then I'm watching it, and then I'm like, in one season, it took me from being like, this is like, I was even like, this is kind of mid, to it brought me back. And I'm like, now I remember why I like this. And then immediately season 6 comes in, starting off hot, and I'm like, never mind. Like, I take back what I thought, because it is one of those animes that can bore you in some parts, but the good parts make up for that, and then some. So it's like,
It's highs and lows.
yeah, it has highs and lows, but man, season 6, that brought me back. I was like, I'm about to wear a Deku shirt. I'm about to go get some, you know, My Hero merch. So it definitely brought me back, and I think it is still one of those things where it is underrated in some aspects, because they think that he's like this, like hype man. Yeah, you know, I don't know how to put it in words, but he just. So I'm like,
man.
yeah.
Well, quick break from My Hero, really quick. So again, guys, we asked what their favorite anime was and what was an anime that they felt was overrated that everyone else appreciated or liked. So let me know if you guys got a better question that you can think of in the comments. Comments. One thing I think we'll ask going forward, just to get a feeler, because one thing I don't think everyone does is watch anime movies. So like maybe we'll ask, you know, what's your favorite anime movie? Because I think a lot of people have seen. I haven't seen it myself, so I'm gonna probably get flamed for it. But Spirited Away, supposed to be really good. It's kind of like a just feel good or whatever anime, I think. But it's a classic. But
I've never watched a single Studio Ghibli movie, like any of them.
That's crazy.
People get mad at me, but
You need to watch Princess Mononoke. It's good, but it's long though. That's the only thing. It's like 2 hours, I think.
sheesh. I'm gonna do it for the culture. I'm gonna do it for the community.
But going back to My Hero, right? Now we're talking about the anime, guys. What you think about the episode? Genius comes back.
Bro, I was hyped because I didn't like, they kind of hinted it like the episode before that, but I'm like, I really thought he was dead. Like, I really thought that they took this man out.
They did a good job of like making it seem like he was dead,
Masking that,
and
yeah.
they didn't really explain about the body situation. But I guess we'll find out later.
What's crazy is that like Dobby is such a untrusting character that it was however they did it,
They fooled him.
he fooled Dobby. So I was like, that's pretty crazy. And two, like, you think of like the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 hero, and you're like, okay, you know, Gene is like number 3, but
Is he?
He's number 3.
You sure?
He's number 3.
I thought it was
Because
so Miriko's 4,
Mirko's 5.
5. I
Mirko's
thought
5. She's
who the
5.
fuck is 4?
I just looked at the list the other day. I forgot. Let me pull it up. Anyways, while I'm pulling it up, but the fact that he is the number 3 and then he's holding back like that Machina or whatever, like the machine thing, I was like, okay, you think of number 3 and you think of all the heroes, but I'm like, I really didn't think he was that strong, bro. But to hold back all these people,
You know,
because his quirk is weird. Like, it's not flashy like Endeavors. It's not like cool like Hawks. It's just like, yo, bro, that fiber, I can hook it up, bro. That cable, I can make it tighter.
I don't know. This is my opinion. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't even think he's that strong. Yes, he held the big guy in place, but after what? After everyone did everything to him, and wasn't he already like chilling? He was just standing there, right? So he just
He's using
caught
his
him off
quirk
guard.
to like
Hold
hold
him-
everything in
But
place.
I'm just saying, like, he's gone through all that, ran across. He did a quarter mile. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, he ran across
but
the
he's
world.
still apparently from whatever he's still like injured from however that happened with Hawks. So like you see him like even like spitting up blood just from
I thought he was
trying to use his quirk.
I thought he was using this because he was trying to restrain him, and he, I guess, overdid it.
Nah, my man. So look, number 1 hero is Endeavor. Number 2 is Hawks. Number 3 is Best Genist. Number 4 is Edge Shot, the ninja hero.
Oh,
And then number 5 is Mirko.
and I feel like Edgeshot should be super strong because, like, since he can make himself super thin, couldn't he just like shoot people's hearts or eyeballs. He could just like
But
literally.
that's what I'm saying. For him to be for Genius to be stronger.
I don't think he should be 5 in my opinion.
Well, we haven't even seen his capabilities yet.
I don't need to see his
That man,
Headshot can literally.
Endeavor was in a sigh of release when my man pulled up like,
Yeah, he
oh, thank God,
I can take a
bro.
break.
Because I don't know, man. I think you're not giving him enough credit.
We'll
but
see.
like I said, that's something that we could talk about later in future. Because holding back that giant is not an easy feat. We've seen it happen.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying he got him when he was down. He already played 3 quarters. He caught him in the 4th quarter. Listen, my boy Genius came off the bench, had mad energy. My man's tired.
You wild, bro. You outlandish today, bro.
Nah.
But I think that episode was really good. It was really cool. Speaking of that episode, my boy's back.
Yes. So that's one of the things I wanted to touch on. Mirio.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Man, yeah. I really enjoyed his character, especially in season 4. Was it 4 or 5?
I think it was 4. 4 was when he was.
Yeah.
Because 5 was the whole 5. He was out of commission.
Yeah. I enjoyed, especially when he lost his power. That whole scene he's fighting without his powers.
Bro, that was
tough.
Goated.
That was like that season alone is probably one of my favorites in all aspects. It has, in my opinion, the best intro, the best outro, some of the best scenes, some of the best animation, in my opinion. Like when at the end when Deku fights, Jesus, I forgot his name, the guy with the crow mask. He uses his ability with Eerie on his back. That was
he's like at 100% the whole time.
Yes,
that was
tough. So that whole season was tough, but his character in general, I really grown to like him because I was like, this man's putting in work without any abilities. He's a real.
And his
hero.
backstory is pretty cool too. Like he had a quirk that people were like, "Oh, you ain't going nowhere with that." And in that school, he's number 1. So it's, bro. When he came back, I was like, "Let's go." And
I wasn't. We kind of thought this was possible with Eerie's power, but like to see it happen,
I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon. Like I thought that was something like you gotta understand. She's still what, like 6, 7, 8.
She's
so
learning
you're like,
about
okay,
it.
this is gonna happen. And I've heard people in the like manga readers. I've heard them talk about it, but they're like, yeah, it happens like so much further down. So I don't know if something happened or it changed with the manga, but like him showing up, I'm like, man.
Hell yeah.
I had like a little tear
I
right
smiled,
here.
I smiled. I was like, there goes my guy, man.
He's the GOAT. He's back.
He's back, man.
And I like that he's like, he has enough humility to be like, he's like, man, I hit the hell out this guy. Still ain't take him down. And he's like, hey, somebody help me. like that's cool because it's like when you see these tough heroes are like Deku. One thing about Deku that I hate is that he always feels like he has to take everything on himself. I got to do this. I got to do this. And Meteor's like, yo, I need y'all's help, like for real. And I think that's inspiring, and that's what you need in like a number 1 hero.
You can't blame him for having that though on him because he's taken All Might.
Bakugo is arguably as strong as him, and he never asked him for help.
Ask who for help?
Deku never asked Bakugo for help. And he's arguably about as strong as him.
Yeah, but I mean,
and he's always like, "Oh, they're coming for me. I got to be the one to move." But he's never like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because he's taking the All Might mantra. Like he, for all intents and purposes,
where's All Might now? Where is All Might now?
Hey man,
for all that bravado and all that,
he sacrificed himself for the future.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. But why sacrifice yourself when teamwork makes the dream work? What is it? We talk about fairy tale, the power of friendship.
Hey man, listen, he was the number 1 hero for the reason he had to put it on his back. And Midoriya is just taking all that in, man.
Yeah, but
he's got to inherit
by
that.
Medio, and that just shows, you know. But I'm saying those are the key differences. I think is like Medio can analyze a battlefield and be like, okay, well, me alone's not gonna work, you know, because then that allowed Bakugo to like, he was down and out for the count, and he was even able to like muster up some strength because whether he'll admit it or not, he was inspired by like, yo, somebody's asking for help, I'm gonna be there. And that was cool, bro. And then like,
I agree
when
with
they
you.
were all just like trying to hold him off so Genius could do his thing, I'm like, that was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. That episode was dope.
Nah, the episode was dope. I'm, like I said, happy to see him come back. One probably top 3 favorite characters in the show. I like him and Hawks a lot.
Hawks is
just a dope character. Cool, calm, collected, powerful.
Hands in his pockets just flying around.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you thought, and then, listen, he ain't scared to get his hands dirty for the greater good.
R.I.P. to Twice.
I know you, but hey,
that broke me, bro. Like, I know we talked about it last podcast, but like when he killed Twice, that really hurt me because twice
Thought he
in
had a
Hawk
friend.
City, he's like, you're in general, you're a good person, you know, and like he was such a good person that he even had like, what was her name?
Togata, I
Yeah,
think.
she was like even like contemplating like, you know, if he saved us, he's a hero, he's a good person. Why do you have to? So it's just like his death just brought in a lot of like
Hey, man.
mixed emotions, and I'm like, man, that sucks, man.
He should have hit start and switch teams, man.
That's true.
Chose the wrong
That's
side,
true.
brother. Yeah, My Hero, definitely another great episode. Getting close to the end of it all, and him and Dabi. Listen, Dabi and Choto's fighting, you know, the whole time, and just like they are just watching all this go around. Like it was just like they were in a standstill forever, and nothing really happened between them. But Endeavor got up. He said, "I'm gonna be a dad today," and knocked out the gargantuan
I know,
when
man.
he got up. So
That's all it took, man. My man had a.
I think it's playing into what I thought it was gonna happen. It looks like it's gonna be Shoto who's gonna have to take care of Dabi. I don't know if he's gonna necessarily kill him.
I don't know if he can though, man.
He
That's
probably
a-
can't. But I'm just saying that's what the
It's
angle
gonna
looks
be
like
a-
it's going.
Yeah, it looks in that direction
Because
for sure.
Deku's out. I mean, maybe Endeavor gets up and last minute like saves Shoto from getting killed and he dies. And I think that's exactly what's gonna end up happening.
Where like Endeavor takes the like a
Yeah,
blow,
takes
turns
a
into a donut,
killing
and
blow, and Shoto is gonna get, you know, want revenge
then, or
and
rage mode or something.
and Dabi is gonna, like everything in
I can
Dabi
see that
leaves.
happening.
I
That's
think
very
that's
plausible.
exactly what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a brother to brother
That'd be,
confrontation. That's how they're gonna set this up. That's how, just my
I'm cool
intuition.
with that. I'm cool with that. I just hope it doesn't turn into one of those things where like Sasuke and Itachi, like Sasuke was so like I want revenge that he's like forget my friends, forget. I hope that like Shoto doesn't turn into like that. Like forget everything else. I'm gonna leave and like
Hey,
I'm
man.
not gonna stop till I.
He
kill
might
myself.
go back on his vengeance stuff.
I
you know
don't
what
want
I'm
him
saying?
to. That would be interesting to see, but like I think it would be redundant because, in a sense, like Deku already like saved him in that like little tournament thing. So,
Him
but
to
I
go
can see
back
that.
as well. Hey man, he lost his dad, man. That he kind of
He ain't
finally,
even- he ain't
he
even
finally,
got going.
he's finally accepting
That's
him. He's
true.
growing closer. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? And just to lose him before they even had that talk
That
could be the last straw.
was it Deku that was talking about Endeavor, right? Like he gave that
When-
speech, like
Oh
when he
yeah,
was talking- that was pretty cool. That
that's
was really,
Endeavor's
like,
flames.
yeah, and
yes,
he was just like, bruh, like
he's
like-
still the number one in my
yeah,
eyes.
and he's still, you know, he's still trying to change. So like, of course, we're not gonna forget the past because if we do, that kind of just takes away from his progression.
Mhm.
That's trying to get better. I'm like, Deku, you always got a way with words, bruh. Always got a way with words. So
Speaking
I
of
think that was
Deku,
really
man.
cool.
Speaking of Deku, man, did not appreciate the
Bro,
froppy.
I was about to say that
Black
the froppy-
whip, come on, like man, you couldn't just throw
Oh,
it out
look.
your skin or something. It had to come out your mouth, dog. Like, what's going on here? I don't know.
I ain't like
I
that,
don't
bro.
know where we came
I just
with
fast
that
forwarded. Let's say I was like, we just gonna pretend that never happened.
because I
bro.
could have sworn it's like an aura. So it's like I've seen the strands come just off his
yeah,
body.
like off your back and just like a
Yeah.
Doc that hoe. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
was
I'm saying?
like,
He's
like,
like
so-
Froppy. Nah,
It's like Yoshi, boom, like
I ain't
come
like
on.
that at all. I was like, why y'all do my
I was
dog
just
Deku
like,
like
I was
that?
just looking at him like, why?
They didn't have to do him like that, bro.
This is what we're down to. Like, I understand your limbs are gone, but you gotta shoot it out your mouth. It's not the best look, man. Not the best look.
That was
But yeah,
wild.
good My Hero episode coming to a conclusion. Hopefully it goes out with a bang. I feel like I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get hit with a cliffhanger.
It's already more than likely. It's probably a 70% chance it's gonna happen. But
Because I think we're on episode 10. I think
is it gonna be a 23 episode season or is it gonna be?
I don't
like
know if
they
it's a
split it?
2-course. I don't know if it's a 2-course season. We'll have to double check that. But that's a good episode, man. It looks like they're getting close to wrapping everything up. So hey,
Yeah, we'll see.
not a bad season.
Maybe you'll put some respect on Genus's name after this. So
I guess
we'll run the.
he'll have to
tape
do.
back.
He need to lose some limbs like Miro, not Miro, but the bunny
Oh, Mirko.
Mirko.
They all basically sound the same. Mirko. So
Jesus, man.
running out of names out here. They got 100. They got 100 heroes, bro.
Sheesh. Speaking of heroes, quick side note, man. Let me bring this up really quick. So, did you know that Naruto, not Naruto, Pokemon, right? Do you know how many? Do you realize how many Pokemon there are now? I know you played Pokemon Go for a little bit, but do you know how?
I still play Pokemon Go.
Do you know how many Pokemon there are?
Not an exact number, but we're in the, what are we in the 600-700s?
900 something.
Sheesh. That's including legendaries and stuff, right?
Bro, it's fucking
That's
insane.
wild.
I'm like, bro.
This is my thing about that is, so I'll let you talk about that before I talk about my point, but that's pretty crazy.
So, some kind of big news in anime. It looks like they're finally. So, I don't know if you know. Ash recently. I don't watch Pokemon, but Ash recently won the Pokemon tournament and became a master, right? And they're retiring him. It's over.
Saw it.
You seen it?
The show. I saw some clips on it, and then I was reading the news about that, and then they did talk about two more like.
I think the last episode before they go with the new characters, like in mid-January, I think.
Yeah, January 2023 would be the last. I think they're gonna do like a 10-episode wrap up on his, basically his arc and his story.
Jesus
and
Christ,
move on.
God knows that. Listen, I don't even remember the last time I watched Pokemon to like know, but like, man, this guy's been training for years.
That's one thing that I didn't like about. So like, I get it, 25 years, you need content, but like they're doing all these like islands and discovering new Pokemon, and to your point, you're at almost 1,000, and then you want to spin off and then keep going. That so it's like, if you could tell that the more they're getting into like the more seasons, they're just running out of ideas,
bro.
Like there's just some outlandish Pokemon that.
That's what I was about to say. Like I looked at some of the Pokemon, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I seen one that's I think part of. Because they showed Ash with all the Pokemon, all his Pokemon. There's one that looks just like Ghastly, but he's like metal or something.
Yeah, it's just like.
And it's just like these guys, like, I know this is a business at the end of the day, but like,
there's one that looks like a snow cone.
oh god,
it's just weird, like some of the stuff. And then like they have like Galarian versions and other versions. So like they have like a Dugtrio with like hair. And I'm just like, y'all really just running out of ideas. And then like they're evolving Pokemon that originally weren't supposed to evolve, and then they're doing mega evolutions on. So it's just like they got one is like literal trash. It's like Grubbish or something, and then it like evolves into trash bag something. And I'm like, y'all just running
let
out
it
of
die.
ideas, man.
So
let it die.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ash, man. He held it down for 25 long years. I was not there after, I don't remember, probably like I think it's Gen 2 with not Gen 2. I don't know the Pokemon's name. What's the water type ninja? Is it Greninja? Or is that the right one?
Greninja is a Pokemon, but I don't think it's the water type, right?
I don't know. I thought there was like a water type ninja. I don't know, man. You guys know. You Pokemon watchers can quote me on the right one. But yeah, man, it's the last time I really watched Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a dark water, but it's a trying to see what gen it is.
It's like 3 or 4, I think. I said 2, but it's probably like 3 or 4. But anyways, that's the last time I kind of watched it. So God knows on what he's been through, and Jesus, we're down to trash Pokemon, man. Listen, just let it go.
Literal trash.
Literal trash, man.
And that's, I just think they should. Where I really started, or I really stopped watching it was, so they had the original voice actress that played Ash Ketchum. OG, season 1, maybe like season 2, whatever. Then, I guess when it went from 4 kids to got sold or whatever, then they just like redid a lot of the voice actors. They kept some of them, but the majority of them, including the original Ash Ketchum voice, they're like, yo, we're done, we're gonna move on. Since then, I was like, I tried watching some stuff, and I'm like, you're not my Ash Ketchum, bro. You're not my Ash, bro.
Hey, just watching the sub, man. Probably stayed the same the whole time.
Now, I probably would watch it better.
Probably a better show.
I forget it's anime always, bro. I always forget.
Yeah, I mean, Pocket Monsters, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Ash, man. Your commitment to service did not go unnoticed. You did not stop grinding until you made it, and then they cut you off, man. So I'm sorry.
He did lose like 4 times before he actually made it. So,
hey, man, and shout out to Pikachu, man. He day one, man. He stayed there.
They do nerf him every season, but hey, shout out Pikachu.
Man, you know what? That is a good thing, man. Pikachu's like, I get it. It's a show, and God knows what level he's supposed to be in the show. But man, Jesus Christ, he went through all that, and he's still like not even kind of his best Pokemon. Most
Yeah,
of
like
the time.
level 100, and then all of a sudden when it gets to a new island, he's level 1 again. And I'm like,
It's like new island, new
no
me.
disrespect, my man. You might as well just evolve at that point, bro. Holding the
Bring
team
on
back.
Raichu, man. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
you're holding the team back.
But shout out to you, Pikachu, man, and Ash, man, holding it down. Shout out to Misty too, man.
Yo, he threw that in like last second. Yeah, by the way,
I was thinking about Miss Joy actually, but I said Misty on accident. But yeah, man, shout out to Misty.
man, Missy was.
What was the cop's name? Is it
It was
Officer Joy?
Officer Joy was all of the.
The
I don't know.
cops
Nurse Joy was
is
all,
all
of
the nurses.
and then Officer. I don't remember. it's been so
Yeah,
long.
it's been so long, man. Shout out to Brock, man. He never stopped.
That man,
Hey,
he had one
he had-
task in life.
Hey, he said I ain't a gym master. I'm trying to be a master of something else.
You ever wonder why he used rock type Pokemon? My man was always bricked up. Officer Jenny,
Jenny
and then
from the block.
Nurse Joy.
Yeah. Shout out
That
to
man-
everybody for holding it down, man.
You really shocked that Brock's Pokemon was Onyx, bro?
Hey,
It was
man.
a visual representation of his characteristics.
Hey, man.
That man-
Yo.
Yo, you know that you're here. You're like, it all makes sense, bro.
Hey,
It
it's all
all makes
clicking, man.
sense.
Yo, he said, yo, all right, man. We gotta move on.
Yeah.
So,
we gotta move
Chainsaw Man, latest episode. Again, kind of get the aftermath of what's all happened, and basically they're like, hey, we need to get stronger. We just got
Mhm.
a lot of us almost died. We're gonna take you to the man. We don't know his name yet, but we've seen him talking with, Jesus Christ. Is it Himino? I remember now.
You know.
Hey, there's a couple, like you said last time, that we remember for other reasons, but now we remember the name.
Yeah. Now we remember for a different reason.
She, I guess, is like her sensei, and she still have to take Power and Denji under the wing and off rip. Listen. I usually train humans, but I know I got more leeway with you guys, and literally death rotation essentially.
My man said, "Give me a hug. I want to see some Dunzo, bro." He said, "How many times I died?" She's like, 20, I think, and I'm like, bro.
She
just
said
imagine
while I
dying-
was conscious.
Yeah, well, just imagine dying 20 times, bro. That's wild,
Hey,
bro.
man, that man said this is not fair working conditions.
Yeah.
And after the end of it all, they had to walk home. But, you know, some funny things happen, right? Him and Power, they start talking like, let's fight smarter. Yeah. I feel smarter already. I'm ready to go
He's
whoop
like,
some
I'm gonna be
ass."
like one of those smart guys in the mangas. I was like, I love that. That's
He
like
broke
a
the third wall, right? Sorry, fourth wall? Is it third wall?
fourth wall.
Fourth wall?
And
But-
they get to the next battle. They're both just got the glasses.
So,
on,
bro,
like,
that broke me, bro. I was
feel
watching.
the juices flowing.
I was watching the show, and the next scene, you see him walking up, and I see Power. She's like waiting. I'm like, they got.
That's so
she has
different.
glasses on, right? I'm like, they really taking this smart
That was
approach to a
funny,
next
bro.
limit, right?
It's funny because they're like so dumb that they are like
They're gonna-
the glasses will help us. They'll make us.
Hey,
It's
it
just
was
funny. It's like two
pure
10-year-olds.
pure placebo. They think
Yeah,
it is gonna make
exactly.
the difference, right? And Denji's on
You
the
got
gate
two
with the
10-year-olds.
He's
trying
got
to
the
kill this
glasses
guy.
on too. Like, we're smart. We're gonna
We
fight
got this,
smart
bruh.
now.
I can feel it working already.
The game plan was pretty dope. I don't know how the hell he dodges the goddamn spear coming through a door and like this.
The speed of that was crazy. My favorite part was when he was like, "Oh yeah, we're done for the day though, so y'all can chill." And he's like, "All right, bet."
Okay.
He looks up, he just see the knife. I was like, "Ain't no way, bro."
He said, "Yo, don't trust a human." Or
And
don't-
I love the way that he's like training them because it's obviously different from what they're used to, but like for the audiences, it's just so funny to watch. But he's so serious about it. You know, he's like, "I've been
Hey, he's
drinking, got a little idea. I've been drinking," and it's entertaining for us, but it's like they're really struggling, and you could tell that he's just toying with them. So I'm like, it makes you wonder just how strong he is. You know?
yeah, they're gonna level up super fast because of it, because they're getting just that experience, and because they can die, essentially you can just push them to the death,
limits, yeah.
and they're gonna just grow at a rapid pace. So,
That's crazy.
I don't
man.
know how fast they're gonna get like level up in these last few episodes, but seems like it's gonna happen fairly soon. Like before the season ends, we're gonna see some new level Denji in power, and then we also got to remember Konibi,
Kenobi or something.
Konibi.
Oh,
Jesus,
Konibi.
we're gonna get better with the names, guys.
Yeah,
I
it's-
promise.
We hate her anyways.
I know she's getting trained by. So I think she's training with. Is she training with Makima? I don't know. She's getting training too. They're all getting stronger, so to say. So
Yeah.
see the group come together and
Aki's trying to might be getting a new like devil contract.
yeah,
That was pretty cool.
they showed him talking to the future devil, so that's gonna be dope. And what he's gonna have to give up for that is gonna be crazy
It
too.
was wild.
So like, you know what, I couldn't even fathom. So it's just going in a lot of different directions. We're getting Power and Denji leveling up. Aki getting a new devil to be able to compete because he can't really. I mean, if he uses a sword anymore, I imagine he's just gonna die. He only has 3 years
Dunzo.
left. So
Do you think that this season's gonna end on a like they're training and then like as something's about to pop off, it ends like in a cliffhanger, or do you think we're
there's gonna
have
be a
one more-
final fight.
you
I
think
think
we're
there's
gonna
gonna
have
be
a big
one.
fight?
I think
One
there's
more
gonna be
fight?
one more battle. What did
You
we
think
look
it'll
up?
be the-
It's 12 or 13. I forgot.
It was 13.
It was 13. So
You think we're gonna have like a? You think it'll be the gun devil, or you think they're gonna
nah,
save that for next?
it's not. Gonna
It'll be like
There's
another,
no way.
like-
They might like show him, but I doubt they're gonna actually fight him.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But hey, man, the series thus far, solid, all
Yeah,
around.
I like it a lot.
Like we're getting all angles, and that's the beauty I've learned to love about this anime. There's a lot of comedy, and it's like pretty funny most of the time. Like there's not many times I don't like chuckle or laugh or smirk.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
the whole anime trope. I got glasses. I'm smarter.
Yeah,
killed
it's-
me, and
they
took
balance it really well. Like that's one thing that I've noticed is like some animes you have too much comedy, or it's too serious, or it's too this. But they balance all of it really well, and how they continue to do that, I'm interested to see.
Because the only anime I can think of that does it fairly well, even now, is Bleach. They've done it. It's not always been like hilarious, but even in the new series where everything's super gruesome, super gory, they still have those moments of like
Like they
they
kinda
touching
throw
that
in there,
slice
yeah.
of life, funny stuff. So
Shout out Slice of Life animes.
what's a slice of life anime that you can? What's your top slice of life?
I'd rather not say.
Damn.
I haven't watched many. I don't know if it's considered slice of life. People might laugh, but I watched it because the title was really funny, and then I just ended up liking it. But it's called My Stepmother's Daughter Is My Ex.
This guy.
Yo, it's weird. It's
He's
like
gone
it's
to
like
a
rom-com.
dark place,
No, no,
guys.
no, no,
Don't
no.
venture
it's
there.
It's not what you think it is. It's like a rom-com type of thing, and it's funny because like they used to secretly date,
But now they live together.
now they live together, but they don't want their parents to know that they used to date because they don't want to start anything. So but they hate each other now. So they have to act as if they're like siblings, but they secretly hate each other.
And
It's
then
just,
they grow to love each other. We've seen
Yeah,
this
it-
story
yeah,
happen
it's-
before.
it's,
I
you
haven't
know,
watched that one, but I've seen
pretty
similar
good, though.
similar tropes.
I'm like 8-9 episodes in. It's not bad at all. I like it, and it's funny because it's just like I'm not into that kind of anime, but it was able to catch my attention in one episode, and I was like, that's not bad. So it's like a leisure anime. I'll watch it when I'm not trying to catch up with other things.
I've watched some of the dating ones. A lot of times I don't like sometimes they're good, but sometimes it's just like, man, these it's too cliche. That's what kind of
some
makes
of
it
them are
mad.
like that.
But I think it's called. It was kind of sad. It's like Something on the Hill. It's like a group of kids and they have a band. I forgot what it's called exactly, but that's a solid one.
You going?
But yeah, Chainsaw Man wrapping up.
Everything's
Good
really
episode.
good, man. Everything's. I'm interested to see where the rest of these like this. I guess what started as fall anime end up like finishing, because a lot of them are. I think are gonna end on the high notes.
Bro, we got a lot of heat coming up, man. A lot.
I'm
You
excited
have Vinland Saga. You need to watch that one.
I need to watch it.
You got the season 2 coming out. You have season 2 of what's it, Mushoku Tensei? What is something else is coming out that I can't. It's slipping my mind. I'm about to look at it right now because it's gonna bother me. Just a lot of good ongoing series getting continued. Coming out. Let's see, Annie.
For sure.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's see really quick.
We got 40 seconds.
Vinland Saga. This is another one you have not watched. it's okay. I'm not gonna say the whole name, but I don't even know how to say the name. But you got Tokyo Revengers. If you didn't know, your Bungo Stray Dogs is coming out.
I know.
Too.
I'm ready for it. Season 4. Let's go.
And there's another one called, I forgot. I don't know the English name, but it's called Kyoku Suri Season 2. We got 10 minutes. We're chilling. There's just a lot of heat coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I think the dungeon is coming out too.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. It's 4, right? Or is it 5? Or they might have split 4 into 2.
It's the second core of the 4th season.
Yeah.
So a lot of heat coming up soon. So yeah, a lot to look forward to, and we got to finish this season out strong. But
I know I'm excited to see it all. I think they're all gonna end on a high note. Like you said, though, I just hope some of it doesn't end up on a cliffhanger. Cause
you're 100% getting blue ball. 100%.
That's gonna suck.
You thought it is? We don't get happy endings around here. You only get to look toward the future.
We found out with that Naruto announcement.
Oh man, a little bit better than expected.
It was a little bit better,
but yeah, we were shooting. We were looking for a home.
We were shooting for the stars. We landed in the moon.
Maybe land on a cloud. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's fair.
But that's gonna wrap it up for this pod, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. Check out this video I have in the description where we went to the Otaku Food Festival and spoke to the people out there, and we got little clips and videos of what was popping off. If you're in the Houston area, definitely worth the time. It's free. The vendors are okay price. So there's some mix of some high price to acceptable rates. Just bring your own beverages because they tax it. With that being said, I'm Vision. It's Rebel.
Rebel.
We're out of here. Peace.
Later.